Then Rogers decided, all those here tonight present having business before this commission, draw nigh, come forth, and ye shall be heard. God bless this great nation and the state of Tennessee. God bless Putnam County and this honorable commission. Mr. Chairman, I find these premises to be in order.
Thank you, Major. Again, we appreciate you being here.
Thank you, sir.
Invocation and pledge will be led by District 12.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's great. Holy Father, we're just blessed tonight, thankful to be together, and we just pray your presence with us tonight. We ask for wisdom and discernment, Father, as we look into the issues of the county. Help us, Father, to make the decisions that are best for the people of this county. We're thankful for the chance to do that, but we look to you for guidance in making our decisions. We pray, dear God, that you'll just walk with us through the things that we do and give us strength every day, Father, to serve you. We pray through your Son and in his holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Mr. Clerk, when you're ready, would you please call the roll?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you will take your handsets and press yes and stop right there for me, please. Everybody press yes and stop right there. Ah, yes, the sound I love to hear. Well, Mr. Chairman, you have all 24 present tonight. There is a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Am I hallucinating or is that screen shaking?
That's shaking. They're working on the bill, right?
Okay, so they're up. Okay, all right. Good deal. Number 5, approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion second. Any discussion on the agenda? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda has been approved. Item number 6, approval of the minutes of previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. Commissioner Adams, you said you'd like to speak?
Yes, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to kind of make it official that I noticed in reading the minutes that there was a vote taken in the midst of all of the votes that were taken on various motions for different amounts of tax increase. And at one point, the 22-cent tax increase was brought up for a second time. I think it was page 13 and page 14 in our minutes. And when I read through the minutes, I suddenly discovered that I voted yes on that when I intended to vote no. I only assumed that it was user error, and I must have, after I put no, must have bumped the yes button. There's nothing I can do about it now, but I just wanted to make it official and also be so. Just to make it official and let everybody know. Thank you,
Commissioner Adams. Commissioner Martin?
Mr. Chairman, on minutes, I believe it's page 12, on the vote.
Get in your microphone, Mr. Martin. Can't hear you.
I believe these are the minutes, I believe page 12. Says the chairman asked for a vote on a motion to restore the original motion of Commissioner Cassidy to set to school 1.5 cents back to the road department fund, $400,000 for the sheriff's vehicles to capital projects fund, add the county
No,
I believe it's on 12. Mine are not
okay,
numbered.
my bad.
Thank you, Commissioner Martin.
Thank you. There, you'll also notice, maybe you will or maybe you won't, it just depends. There's a couple of other places that we captured that in, well, we had it as 14, in fact, the one that set the tax rate, we had it set at 14.4, 10 against, and 1 absent. That was incorrect. I have changed that. We have a wonderful county IT department. We fixed that. They inserted that. That is now 14.4, 9 against. You, ladies and gentlemen, you'd have to understand, and only Debbie and Randy and I could. This has been one of the toughest ones we've ever put together. Debbie and I sat for an hour and a half going over our notes that she had already went over with Randy and with Ben, and then that had to change the complexion of the entire budget. Then we sat back down for another hour and a half, and I redid everything to make. There's probably a place or two that we did miss. I apologize, but hang on. In my defense, to Ms. Adams, and she did hit that button, you don't actually at the end, if you feel like that's when I get to that point and you feel like that you have not hit the button that you'd like to hit, then all you have to do is just repunch that particular button. It does whatever that you're going to do. Okay? Just want to make sure I get that clear. Since this is, well, let me just stop right there. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I appreciate it. Commissioner Dunn.
So what happens if you see it come up like you didn't realize, like Sandy, but then when you late at that point to say, correct my vote?
It is too late. Once I hit tally, and
Because
once
I wouldn't know to tell you that I need to change
you
my
wouldn't,
vote if I...
you wouldn't, because honestly, that's true. That's and that is a piece of the handset. It does not light up. It just records what you punched in there. So no, it.
I had that happen on one
Yeah.
back over the back
But
of Bridgeville.
maybe one of these days we can get handsets that light up. You see exactly what it is that's fixing to head up there. But no, and she asked me the same question, to which I replied, no. Let me give you an example. When we had last time a motion to table, this is the reason we don't come back. Motion to table took 2/3 amount to do to make that work. And it could change some outcomes. So no, once I hit tally, it's over. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Williams.
You sort of answered the question, but does this company also make a different handset that lights up? That would probably solve the problem for everyone.
No,
Okay.
honestly, I don't think this is one of those where they have the lighted ones. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sure don't.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes have been approved. Item number 7, unfinished business and action thereon by the board. A, report of standing committees. Number 1, planning committee.
No unfinished business.
Fiscal review committee.
No unfinished business.
Nominating committee.
No unfinished business.
Thank you all. B, report of special committees. C, other unfinished business. Item number 8, new business and action thereon by the board. Report of standing committees, planning committee.
Thank you. The planning committee recommends approval to declare the following vehicles as surplus and to sell the VIR Internet public auction. There were 34 vehicles and 1 John Deere tractor of 1992.
Motion to approve?
Second.
motion to second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, that completes planning.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Fiscal Review Committee.
Yes, sir. Fiscal review, item A. Fiscal Review Committee recommends approval of the budget amendments to the General Purpose School Fund. So moved.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion? Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we do this correctly, please take your handsets, and if you favor the motion, vote yes. If you're not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. All right, all votes are in. Does anyone wish to change their vote anywhere? Mr. Chairman, I have all 24 voting for. Motion carries.
Mr. Chair, item B is Fiscal Review recommends approval for the county mayor to proceed with the RFP process for the solid waste project, and I so move. Second.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion? Commissioner Jordan Wanison.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Randy, I want to say to you and your staff, and also to Keith and his staff, thank you in advance. So thank you for the work you have been doing, but also thank you in advance for the work on this, because just like in that presentation you gave us last week, the ability to sell these recyclables and bring in more revenue to the county, the ability to lower our cost on garbage, and then also for environmental reasons to keep our garbage out of our landfills more. And it's just, I think it's going to be a great benefit for our county. So thank you for your work on this. Yeah, absolutely.
Any further discussion? Mr. Clerk? We can voice vote this?
Yes.
We can vote. I think we
Okay.
can vote this
I thought
one,
we-
'cause we're not spending
that's
any
fine
money.
with me.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
That
Thank
completes Fiscal Review, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nominating Committee. No new business. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Report of Special Committees. Resolutions.
There are no resolutions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Election of notaries.
Margaret Ann Austin, Lisa Coomer, Velva Covington, Jamie Craighead, Eva M. Dingwall, Robert A. Gunter, Grace A. Gunter, Brian K. Harden, James B. Helm, Tammy D. Manier, Angel Payne, Tammy Phillips, and Wanda N. Phillips.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion second. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Clerk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take your handsets. If you favor the motion, vote yes. If you're not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. All votes are in. Anyone wish to change their vote anywhere? Mr. Chairman, we have 23 voting yes, 1 no. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Item E, other new business. Number 1, recognize cash flow analysis for the General Purpose School Fund. It is attached with your agenda. Number 2, acknowledgement of the reappointment of James E. Brown to the Old Gainsborough Road Utility District with term to expire August 7th, 2023. This requires no action but needs to be incorporated into the minutes.
Got it.
Do you want to say something to that? Okay. We're now at announcements and statements. Mr. Porter?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to make the commission aware, we have a tree that's out on the courthouse lawn. It's the one that's closest to the veterans wall that we have, is dying, or it's died. Last year it bloomed out okay and looked okay, but we started noticing this year that it was starting to look dead. So I had the CD Electric's arborist, I believe they're called, come over and look at it, and there's no way to determine exactly what happened to the tree. It could be disease, it could have been lightning, decreased life expectancy, but there's no way to know. The only thing we do know is
is that the tree's going to be taken out because it is, if it falls, it could fall across the Veterans Memorial Wall, and we don't want that destroyed, and it could fall on the street. If it does fall, it's big enough to give you a heads up and let you know in case anyone said they looked at it, there's nothing we can do to save it. But I want to let you know that what we're going to be doing. So if you had any questions.
Thank you, Mayor
Porter,
Porter.
can I recommend that we replant?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to try to put in a nice tree that will grow fairly fast and replace it. So.
Any other commissioners have any announcements or statements? I have one guest that has a statement. Any commissioners, announcements or statements? Mr. Maddox, you come to the podium, please. Remind us who you are and the subject, and I'll start your timer when you start speaking.
My name is Stephen Maddox. I was here in June to make a little talk about residential health and safety, and I've done some further work on that in July and sent a letter to all the commissioners. I hope you all had a chance to look at that, and I just wanted to follow up with a few more comments on that issue. All right. Now, 3 minutes is not long to really discuss a thing, to be diplomatic about it, and to put all the angles on it, so I can only present my angle. All right? Let me just read it off here. In June, I came before the Commission to raise awareness about the countywide problem of substandard, non-permitted housing, which endangers the occupants, facilitates criminal activity, degrades property values, and reduces county revenue. My examples included people living in storage buildings in old motorhomes, using a porta-john in the yard instead of a septic system. County officials refused to take action, claiming lack of authority. So I proposed some county rule changes to address those problems. In July, I drafted a resolution, including citations from which of you here would support the use of a fire trap storage building as a dwelling? How about the residential? How about an old motorhome with a convicted meth dealer camped out on your block? If this is not acceptable in your neighborhood, then why is it acceptable in any other neighborhood in this county? The Commission just approved an 8% property tax hike on all the law-abiding homeowners in the county. You said that the money was needed for law enforcement and school safety, and yet no action has been taken to eliminate unsafe, non-permitted dwellings and the county has the obligation to enforce health and safety standards of the residential code. The county also has the authority to, quote, define, prohibit, and regulate all acts, practices, uses of property, and all other things whatsoever years ago in Silver Point. We then spent $300,000 to build a new home, only to have a woman buy the next door property and begin living in a van. She built some sort of septic system whatsoever.
You've got 15 seconds, Mr. Maddox.
I sent complaints to the county, nothing's been done. We thought we were lone voices. We support your effort and would like to help if we can. We will continue the campaign of raising awareness until we can convince the county to accept its responsibility and exercise the authority to prohibit the occupancy of a van, camper, or motorhome, and to ban the residential use of a portable toilet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I do have a handout.
Feel free to leave it with us and we'll grab one. Any other commissioners have any announcements or statements? Mr. Boyd?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to quickly update the Commission on some good news. we've been notified that through the Governor's Safe Schools Act, that we applied for a grant for SROs, and we received $175,000 for this year, with the opportunity next year to reapply for an additional $175,000. So the terms of the grant would be, it can only be applied to certified SROs, certainly as approved by the sheriff, and meet all the requirements to be an SRO. And $35,000 is the maximum amount that can go towards the salary towards an SRO. So that $175,000 will go directly. Absolutely intend to apply when the window opens likely next June, July, so that we have the chance to have another year of the funding to help support the budget.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd. That's good news. I was told in spring that we'd be eligible for SRO money from the state, so that's really good news. Commissioner Christopher?
Yes, this comment is is Mr. Maddox, correct? I just want to thank you for coming in and exercising the opportunity to speak. I don't agree with your proposal. I read it. I think your views activity is not scientifically drawn. To you, but take this opportunity to respond to you.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. Anyone else? Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion. We are adjourned. Thank you.